Hello everyone, my name is Sharvari. Today we are going to discuss about the meaning of law and law of contract. Meaning of law. A man lives in a society and therefore he comes into contact with people in different capacities. He comes into contract, for example, with landlord as a tenant, with government as a taxpayer, with customers as a seller, etc. In all such occasions, a man is expected to observe a set of rules or code of conduct. This set of rules can be termed as law. Thus, a law in simple term means rules. The term is very wide and includes different sets of rules regulating external human actions and conduct of individuals in their dealings with other individuals and the state. Now let us discuss some of the definitions of law given by different people. Holland. Law is a rule of external human action enforced by a sovereign political authority. According to Salmond, law is the body of principles recognized and applied by the state in the administration of justice. According to Austin, law is a rule of conduct imposed and enforced by a sovereign. Now, let us discuss some of the objectives of law. To regulate human relations and actions, to maintain order and enable peaceful existence of the people, to play significant role in the task of achieving the various socio-economic goals of our constitution, to make human associations possible and conducive to the welfare of the state and its people. Now let us go ahead by the law of contract. Meaning of contract. A contract is an agreement made between two or more parties which the law will enforce. According to Indian Contract Act 1872, Section 2, subsection H defines a contract as an agreement enforceable by law. If we analyze the above definition of a contract, we get two essentials, that is, an agreement and its enforceability by law. An agreement means every promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other. Thus, all contracts are agreements, but all agreements are not contracts. Agreement is a very wide term. When such agreement gets enforceability of law, it converts into contract. But there are some kinds of agreements which are not enforceable by law, which means social agreements. Agreements may be a social agreement or a legal agreement. If A invites B, his friend, to a dinner and B accepts the invitation, it is a social agreement. Such agreements does not give rise to contractual obligations, but legal agreements have enforceability of law and hence it converts in contracts. Thus, we can say that all contracts are agreements, but all agreements are not contracts. Now, let us discuss some of the essential valid elements of a valid contract. According to section 10, the following are the elements of a valid contract: offer and acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, lawful consideration, capacity of parties, that is their competency, free consent, lawful object, agreement not declared void, certainty and possibility, legal formalities. Now let us discuss all of these points in brief. First one, offer and acceptance. There must be two parties to an agreement, that is, one party making the offer and other party accepting it. A person is said to have made an offer when he signifies to another his willingness to abstain from doing anything, with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstinence. Acceptance is the act of assenting to other to the offer. When offer is accepted, it becomes promise. Intention to create legal relationship. When the two parties enter into an agreement, there must be to create a legal relationship between them. Any social or domestic agreement cannot create such a legal relationship. Lawful consideration. Consideration means something in return. Presence of consideration is important part to perform the contract. Consideration must be real and lawful. Consideration is defined under section 2 subsection D as when the act of desire of the promiser, the promisee or any other person has done or abstained from doing or does or abstains from doing or promises to do or abstains from doing something, such act or abstinence or promise is called a consideration for the promise. Fourth point, capacity of the parties, that is competency. Every person is competent to the contract if he has attained the age of majority, is of sound mind, and is not disqualified by the law to which he is subject. If one of the parties is not capable of the contracting, the contract becomes void. Next point, free consent. It is an essential element for a contract. According to section 13, two or more persons are said to consent when they agree upon the same thing in same sense. Consent is said to be free when it is not affected by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, or mistake. Lawful object. The object of an agreement must be lawful. Object means purpose of the contract. The object must not be illegal, immoral, or opposed to public policy. 7th point. Agreement not declared void. There are certain agreements which have been declared void under the Indian Contract Act. For example, an agreement in restraint of marriage, wagering agreement, etc. Certainty and possibility of performance. The agreement must be certain and not vague. The contract becomes void if the terms are not certain. The agreement must be capable of being performed. Agreement to do an act impossible in itself cannot be enforced. Last point, legal formalities. A contract may be made either orally or written. In certain cases, writing and registration to a contract is required by law. In some cases, the document in which the contract is incorporated is to be stamped. All of these are some of the essential elements of valid contract. A contract cannot be declared valid unless all of these elements are being followed properly. Thank you.